Hey guys, how's it going? I have to go out here really quick and throw my thumbnail. Welcome, welcome. What's going on? What's going on? So, welcome to those who will join us on the podcast, those who will watch the replay. You guys have been leaving some amazing comments. That is the next thing on my agenda is to answer the comments. I know I'm behind, so please do not kill me. Do not kill me. Between mentorship and running my business, which has been doing, a lot recently, a lot of power of attorneys, it's just been kind of crazy. I'll just be honest with y'all. It's just been kind of crazy. And then I'm trying to go live every day. So I do appreciate the comments. The comments are typically from those that watch it like later. I've been getting videos and comments on videos from years ago. So today, though, we're talking about, you will not believe what my client asked me. You will not believe what my client asked me. So first of all, I'm going to say hey to everybody. Everybody, what's up? What's up? I'm working on this thumbnail really quick to put it out so other people can join us. So let's talk about it. So I had a power of attorney signing last night. And the client, when I get there, everybody has been a notary before. Hey, Lisa, what's up? What's up? Lisa's going to join me as a witness tomorrow. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Somebody in our mentorship was like, they wish they lived in Georgia. And what's so funny about that is I didn't go into detail with the person in our group because I knew I was going to come live. So the person in the group said, I wish I lived in Georgia. And what's so funny about that is because what are we always told about Georgia notaries? They can't make any money. Georgia's an attorney state, et cetera, et cetera. And Lisa is living proof. I'm living proof. Angela, Alexis, also Jeffrey, we're all living proof that yes, you can make money in the state of Georgia. Okay. So for those of you who are watching from the state of Georgia, you can make money as a notary. Okay. It happens all day, every day. Lisa saying, yep. So, and I'm sure, Lisa, let me ask you, did you hear that prior to becoming a notary, if you don't mind, in Georgia, that you couldn't make any money, that you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that? Did you hear all of those types of things? Let me know. Just curious. So we're going to put notary training, and we're going to put, really quick, I'm sorry, I have to do this really quick, guys, because if not, people will not know that we're live. So notary training / notary tips and tricks, because I always got some tips and tricks for y'all, always. All right, so let's do this. All right, here we go. Lisa said definitely did, but that didn't stop me from getting into it at all. So but it does stop a lot of people. And Lisa, I'm so glad you said that. It stops so many people from, I'm wearing my hair more natural state, y'all. I know I look like I just rolled out the bed a little bit. I hope I don't anyway. I hope I don't. I'm trying to not manipulate it so much. Ugh, my hair is really in a state. I hate my hair right now. I'm thinking about getting it braided, so stand by any day now. I think I'm going to do it because this is really getting on my nerves. And if your hair is not right as a female, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Even guys, too, if your hair is not right, you're not looking good, you don't, something is just off. So I'm loving the shirt. Got a little hoodie on it. I'm going to go walking in a minute. And before I have a, today I have a 4:30 and I have a 5 o'clock. So they're in the same location. I purposely scheduled it like that. And that's so hard sometimes. This is not the tip for today, but the tip is when you do have multiple appointments and you can control it, try to schedule them like on the same day. Don't try to run out every single day. Like, and when you have the capability to schedule the appointment. So these particular ones I'm scheduling right now, I have the opportunity to schedule them. So sometimes you'll see what's called TBD. TBD means to be determined, and you get to set the schedule, you and the client together. So those jobs I'm all about taking all the time, okay? All the time. If you see TBD, that's your number one. That's for my full-time people out there who always say, well, I can't work because I can't get any assignments because I'm working full-time. Get those TBDs to be determined. Get those last-minute signings, the ones that come out like at 4 o'clock, because they already know you can't be there at 4. If you get off at 5, you might can make it for 6. You see what I mean? Or 5:30. So you got to be creative when you're trying to grow your business. I had to be, Alexis had to be, our other trainer, Angela. All of us have had to be super creative at one time or another to make sure, one, we don't leave no money on the table. Because a lot of times people are like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm not a big person on what I cannot do. I'm just not. If you know me for 2 seconds, it's like, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm the person that's going to say, yes, we can. Yes, we can, and let's get to it. Okay? Let's do that. So that's me. Okay? That is me. Now, I don't know if I was saying something else, but right now I'm going to get a couple of these comments. So let's see. Lisa says, a lot of people that say they don't really know everything that comes that with being a notary, they only know that it's $2. Yes, and that's why you need to learn the business. Learn the business. Your state handbook says $2. I get that in my comments all day long. How are you charging $100? How are you charging $50? How are you charging this? You need to know the business. And don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. You need to know what you need to know in order to run your business effectively. I always use this illustration with Trump. Everybody got mad when he only paid $750 taxes. It was legal. He knew how to play the game. And again, this notary business is not a game, so I'm not trying to refer to it as such, but I'm saying you need to know what your state says you can do, what your state says you cannot do. You know, some people say, well, my state said I can't travel fee, but did it say you can't charge a convenience fee? You have to be creative sometimes. Look outside the box. I'm not a big in the box person. As I just stated a few minutes ago, how do I turn a no into a yes? If you tell me I cannot, yes, I can. And I'm just bent that way. That's how my father, he would always say that. If you say tomato, I'm going to say tomato. And I'm not being controversial, but I think because I was a sickly child, I was a very sickly child. I had seizures when I was little. And my mother, I'm the oldest of four. And my mom would always be like, that's too much for Kim. But everybody else can do whatever they want to do. Everybody else can do whatever they want to do. But whenever it came to me, it was like, that's too much. And I appreciated that. And I loved her for that. You know, I loved my mom for that. She always made sure I was good, right? Anything happened in the family, I was the last person to know. You got that person in your family, maybe you are that person in your family. Maybe you are that person, okay? That you're the last person to know because they think you're the weakest link. Well, I come to find out I'm not the weakest link. I've been able to withstand quite a bit, not in my own strength, for sure, but I've been able to do things that if you had told me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I would still be sitting here and talking to you. I'm like, I would have never believed it. So I say all that to say this, that yes, you can. Yes, you can. And don't let other people who don't know nothing tell you what you can and you cannot do, even in the state level, okay? Because you have a lot of people at the state level who do not know they're notaries, they're work notaries like I talked about yesterday. I was a work notary. I didn't know this could be a business until like 5 years ago. And it was life-changing for me. Life-changing for everybody that treats it like a business and knows what to do, okay? So we'll talk about the mentorship program later. I'm going to go ahead and take another couple comments, and I'm going to tell you what my client asked me yesterday. Hold on. So, Lisa says, okay, so we got Lisa. Veg Mom says, from hair to BD to TBD. Girl, we talk about everything on this channel, mostly notary, but I mean, I hope that was okay that I mentioned my hair issue. You know what I'm saying? Because I figure y'all like fam, so we talk about everything, you know. And life is life sometimes. So this is real talk. This is live. I'm real. Look. So this is a real live. So this is what's really happening. As I'm looking at this camera, it's looking back at me, and I'm like, woo, whoa, you know. So you know you have days when you feel like, dang, I look good. And today it's just like, loving the color, but again, my hair is leaving a little bit to be desired. All that being said, let's get to it. So what happened in Georgia? Nothing happened in Georgia, Veg Mom. I was just talking about being a notary in Georgia is often displayed or is often seen as being a challenge because we're an attorney state. So it is a little different in our state. And you have to know how to work your business in order to make money in Georgia. You just have to. So that's where we come in. We teach all 50 states, but I just happen to be physically located in Georgia. And again, our mentorship consists of people from all over. So let's get to the story really quick, okay? So the story, this is real, so it's not a story, but so yesterday I get to this client's house, and the client happens to have been a notary years and years and years and years ago. They were an older client. And if you ever talk to somebody, everybody be like, I was a notary, my grandmother was a notary, my great grandmama was a notary, whatever. So we getting started. So I give him my business card. When I first walk to anyone's door, I always have a business card in my hand. If I'm not, I'm reaching for it really quick. I always say I order my business cards now by 2,000 at a time because I'm passing them out to everybody. Okay, so that's the first thing I do to introduce myself. Hello, I'm Kimberly. I'm your notary because the wife made the appointment, so he had not met me yet. So I said, hello, my name is Kimberly. I'm your notary. Jeffrey was with me. I said, this is my husband. He was like, oh, who is he? I said, he's a notary also. So typically when you go on assignments, you don't take people with you, okay? Let's just be clear. But my husband does my business with me. He is also a fellow notary, so we don't encourage you to take people just to shadow. But if you can find someone that you can serve as a witness for, that's an excellent opportunity to shadow and get paid at the same time. So I often tell my mentees, take those witness jobs. They add up. If you get $25 and you do 10 of them, that's $250. Can you do something with that? Can you pay half a car payment? Because I know car payments are extremely high. Can you pay your light bill with $250? Could you do something with it? So take whatever you can when you're first getting started. Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome. So we're sitting there after we get in the house and he puts us at the table he wants us at. Then the wife decides, no, I think I wanted to go sit over here. So I kind of had unpacked all my stuff. Then we go to the other room. So we sitting there. That all took about 10 minutes. This signing, it was an estate trust signing. If you don't know how to do estate trust packages, it's a little bit different than a regular notary signing in the sense that it's a lot more documents and you should be familiar with them. You don't have to know everything about them because you're not an attorney. You didn't prepare it, but you should be able to maneuver through the documents. So I do teach you that in the estate/trust course if you do not already have it, or if you do not know what to do. But we're going to talk a little bit about that anyway. So here we go. So we're sitting at the table. Now, again, this is 15 minutes. This signing should have taken us like 20 minutes because I tried to make sure everything was signed before we got there. Unlike I had one to come here with that apostille, that took forever because the document was not completed. Okay. That's another story. So anyway, always make sure you ask that as part of your screening questions, especially when they start talking about estate documents. Mr. Smith, are your documents already completed? Mrs. Smith, are you sure everything is completed but the signature lines? Because they'll try to keep you there all day. And we don't have all day. Time is money. Like in the Temptations movie, my money. So I don't try to sit there all day with them. I don't mind a little chit chat. I don't mind, that. But we're not sitting there all day long while they fill out, do I want to be put on life support or do I not? And I'm not being insensitive at this point. Now I'm just being a business person. I don't have time while you sit there and think about that. Now it has happened before where I've gotten to a signing and the client is a little hesitant. They don't want to sign. And then the child is like kind of talking to them, trying to coerce them or whatever. And I'm like, you know what, let me step outside for a minute. Y'all talk about it. And if mom want to proceed, we will. If not, we'll come back, whatever you want us to do, right? So anyway, we're at the table and he asked me for my ID. Have you ever had that happen before? He was like, before we go any further, I need your ID. And I was sitting there like, what? I want to say, because I've been doing this for years now, I want to say I had one other person, maybe. And I can't remember because I know I would have. And he was like, and I didn't take my person to signing. I typically don't take my person to signing. Now, I had went on vacation some months back, and right before I went, my purse had broke. So I was carrying my fanny pack. So that I would kind of wrap around me really quick, right? And take that in with me sometimes. But typically, I don't take my purse in because it's just a lot. I got my notary bag, and I got my purse and all that. So he's talking about, I want to see your ID. And I was sitting there like, okay. So Jeffrey had kind of came in the room a few seconds behind me, so he didn't hear that part. My client was a little older and a little soft-spoken. So he's like, yeah, I need to see your ID before we get started. Okay. Have you ever been asked to show your ID really quick? And I'm going to tell you what happened. Let me know. Have you ever been asked to show your ID? Because in the notary signing training, from the NNA. I do believe it says you should show I do believe it says you should show your ID. I don't typically show my ID again. I don't. I don't just be walking around pulling out my ID, you know. But I think it says that, and that might be the old one. I don't remember it in this most recent training because it has changed. Um, Hold on. It has changed, so I don't think I saw that in the most recent. NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. Sorry, fixing something. Yeah, so anyway, so I didn't take my purse in. My client's asking for my ID. So I tell Jeffrey, I said, hey, can you go to the car and get my ID for me? So he goes to the car, comes back with my ID, and the client looks at it. So I'm thinking to myself, I hope he's not about to write my ID number down. Because I didn't know what I was going to say if he wanted to do all that. I was not feeling that. I was not feeling that at all. I didn't mind him glancing at it, but I was like, is he getting ready to try to write my ID number down? Because he was that client. And he did not. However, I had to show it to everybody at the table. So now at this point, the wife was asking him, so what are you doing? Why are you asking her for that? And he's like, I want to make sure she is who she says she is. And I was like, let me show you too. So I showed it to her, and then the two witnesses kind of looking like, oh, you know, like, is she legit or is she not? Because now the question's kind of been raised since the client is asking for my ID. So I let everybody look at it, and again, he didn't write it down, so that was all good. Because I was sitting there like, what am I getting ready to tell him? Because I was getting ready to say, I don't mind you glancing at it, but I'm here to serve you. I didn't call you out. And his wife had already looked up my information on Google, so she could see I was a legitimate notary, you know. So I can understand his fears, but it was kind of like, again, I've never really had that happen before. And again, I didn't want him writing down my ID. So, you know, that was one of those things. It doesn't happen often. Again, I've been doing this for years, and no one's ever really questioned, because you looked me up, remember? But again, because of his background, that's why I think he felt he wanted to do his due diligence to kind of see who I am or who I was or whatever. So it's all good. So he didn't write it down. And then when we went to have him fill out the journal, and this is why, by you being a notary that knows your profession and knowing what to do, you will stand out. So we pull out our journal. Always got a story, y'all. So we pull out the journal, filling out the journal and everything, and have him sign it. He's like, why do I have to sign this? I had a notary a couple months ago. She didn't make me sign this. Matter of fact, she said she didn't even have to have a journal. And I was like, here we go. I'm like, oh, I got to clean up somebody else's mess. So for clarity, in the state of Georgia, as of this second, you do not have to have a journal. But part of my best practice has always been for the last 4 years, you can look at any video, have a journal. Now it's actually about to be the law here in Georgia, effective January 1, 2025. It is the law. You must have a journal. Now, there's a little caveat to that. You don't have to have the journal on every transaction in Georgia. It just says if it's dealing with a transferring of this or that or whatever. I'm like, I ain't even getting ready to try to figure all that out. You need a journal. I don't care what you're doing out there. You need a journal. You need a journal. Okay? If your state does not require it and you don't have a journal, you are asking for problems. I cannot tell you the number of times that I have had. Oh, my client didn't want to sign the journal. So let's go there first. My client didn't want to sign the journal. So we were like, yes, you do need to sign it. State law. Okay? And it is state law because I am the law. It needs to be signed. And I need to know in case he falls out tomorrow and they call me asking me about this signing. Yes, Mr. Smith did sign this document. Here's my journal. And it has happened before. That's where I was getting ready to go next. I have been asked to not submit my journal, but I've been sent documents to confirm that I was the notary on file. Or I've been sent documents to confirm who were the witnesses at the signing. Now, how am I supposed to remember that? Do you remember what you had for breakfast last week on Tuesday? Unless you went out with your friends to a nice brunch spot, you probably don't. What did you have for dinner last Saturday night? Again, unless you went out with your friends somewhere, a nice place you probably don't remember. So do you really think I remember who the two witnesses were on the signing from last year or even last week? How about even last night? Okay. Now, I do remember one of the witnesses' names from last night because she had the same name as the signer's wife. And then that was the same name as one of his daughters. So that's the only reason I remember her name. But other than that, I don't remember. I don't even remember half of my clients unless something crazy happens. And we have a running joke with them. I'm like, they'll say, hey, they'll call me, hey, Miss Kimmi, you didn't know, hey, Miss Kim, or Kimberly. I used to go by Kimberly in my business. Y'all like my little cup? I got this from a store called K&G. You know I like the bling. And I love this. I'll drink more water out of this than I will out of a regular cup. So I'll fill it up with my water from a bottle, which I could go downstairs and just use it out the refrigerator. But anyway, my clients will call me and they'll be like, hey, right, any questions you have, guys, go ahead and put your questions here too. I'm going to answer your questions while I'm here. So anyway, yeah, so my clients will call me and say, hey, you remember me? And I'm like, no. And then they'll say, oh, this is just an example because this has not happened to me. My cat tried to jump on you. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember. I left my ID. I had to go back home. Okay, oh, yep, I remember. My wife did such and such. Oh, yeah, I remember. So if it's something kind of crazy happened, and I remember it. But if it was just a regular run-of-the-mill, regular notary job, I don't typically remember everybody. I just can't. Even I was just talking to somebody just a second ago, making an appointment for Saturday. And she and I were talking. And she was like, yeah, such and such and such and such. And then she says, you brought the Uber driver as a witness. When she said that, I said, oh, okay. I remember the signing at that point because I took a friend of mine. He's not an Uber driver. He's actually, I guess he is an Uber driver. He is, but he has his own business too. But it was kind of funny. She said, yeah, you brought the Uber driver as a witness. It was so cute the way she said it. So anyway, so I remembered her at that point. But before when she was first talking, I was like, who is this? And I got to get better at saving people's names in my phone, but I have so many contacts. So I do not save every notary job in my phone. I just don't. I know I should, but I don't. I talked about that in the new marketing course too. Having a customer relation management tool or Excel spreadsheet or something. I have my notary gadget where we keep all of our clients once we actually service them. So if you're not using something to keep a track of your expenses and stuff, check out Notary Gadget. I do have an affiliate link at notaryeducatorsllc.com under the supply link. So let me tell you just a little bit about the mentorship program for those of you who may be new. The mentorship program, because I got this question today, it's not a mentorship program where you have to have an application. You do not have to wait until the next time it opens up for enrollment. It's the type of mentorship where you can join at your leisure whenever you want to, wherever you are in your notary business, okay? So for example, someone wanted to join today and they said, when is the next opening? When can I join? You can join right now because the videos are put in order in such a way where you're able to pick and choose where you want to start. Now have them in the order though, how I want you to take them in order to be successful in your business, but you can do what you want to do because it's your membership. But I do have them in order. First, learn how to notarize. Then let's build out that business. Learn how to price. Then let's market, So I have them in order. And then we have another part of the membership is the live feature. So tomorrow night will be a session. We're having 2 sessions this week. The actual second one will be Friday night because Friday night we're going to do like a 2025 planning party and get ready for 2025 and get some goals on the books. Let's see what we're doing. Let's make some things happen, okay? Secondly, and you also have access to the workshops, a live chat. We have a live chat that's ongoing. Somebody just put something in there too, so I have to get them after the live. But we start with all questions with the chat, so each one teach one, and then if we have to come out of the chat to help you with something, then that's what we'll do. You have access to the replays. And that's about it. It's a really great program. It's only $47 per month. If you don't want mentorship right now, we completely understand. You have another option of actually buying your courses, right? 60% off. The coupon code is WIN2025, WIN 2025. So you can also buy your courses. Again, they're 60% off, whichever one suits your fancy, because you may not be interested in all of them. And we understand that, okay? So check out the courses, the mentorship, everything at notaryeducatorsllc.com. And I'm going to take some of your questions if you have any. If not, then I'll head out because I do want to catch some of this nice weather. I think I want to try to walk before my 4:30. I don't sweat a lot, so I'm just gonna go as is. I'm gonna put my black pants on and my gym shoes and go. That's what I'm gonna do. Any questions? Let's see. Going once. Let me see. Can I answer a few from YouTube right quick while I'm sitting here under the comment screen? I hope that people get these live. Let me go back and see. Can I get some of the comments right quick from YouTube? Because I get questions in the comments. Let's see. Can I answer a few? Let's see. Latest comments. Let's see. I'm going to answer them live here and I'll get back to the written form later. So somebody says, watching from Louisiana. I'm in the process of becoming a notary. Can't wait to sign up for mentorship. Great. You are welcome, Carrie X333. Classy Sassy says, oh my God, Kimmi, that's me. I've been a notary since 2024, just afraid to get started. I'm getting more confident with watching your video. So she saw my video from, when is this video? One of my older ones. Is the market oversaturated? And she was like, as I just stated, she's afraid to get started. So that's another reason why it's a whole bunch of notaries out there, but they're not doing anything. So there's room for you to actually work in the industry. Get the knowledge that you need. Another comment from yesterday, MEH2199 says, nope, there are not too many notaries in my opinion. Not everyone is treating it like a business. And that's true. I talk about that all the time. Jeffrey, did you need to come in? No. Okay. I talk about that all the time. So, it's just you're not treating it like a business, and that's because you don't know how. I always say we're not born with a bottle in one hand and how to run a business in another one. So you need help with your business, that's what we're here to do for you. Okay, don't forget to click subscribe and like and all that. I never ask you all to subscribe, but I see people watching but not subscribed, so don't forget. Somebody's asking how much do you make with loan signings in a month. I don't discuss money like that. However, I will let you know that I do loan signings, I do apostilles, I do everything. So I'm able to make a living in my business. So yeah, and it's all going to be about what you put into your business. So I don't really discuss my income like that. Never have, don't. My mother didn't like it. She didn't even like when I tried to show a lot of stuff. So, and I get that too. It's better to kind of, we're eating around here and you can too. Classy Sassy giving you the 411. I love the title. She says, I absolutely love you ladies. So professional and helpful and friendly. Very good. Next week, I'll do a couple more and then I'll head out if you don't have any questions. Sandy says, hey, watching your videos. Recently, an attorney contacted me about doing estate planning. Wills, I sent him my fee of $150 and I've not heard back from him or her. Is that too much? Sandy, it's just going to depend on your area. Again, I always say you got to look at everything. Ask your questions. Questions equal money. Questions equal money. How much, when, where, how many people? So you have to see, are you in a more affluent area? Are you in an area where people don't have a lot of money? So, you got to look at all those questions to see what the value is in your market, because everybody's market is going to be different. Okay? All righty then. Well, if we don't have any questions, you guys got 2 minutes to tell me if you got any questions. And then I'm going to head out and go work over here in this chat right quick and get my walk on. All right. No, so I will either see you in mentorship tomorrow or a special mentor session on Friday night. Right? Okay. Bye, guys. Until later, much success from your #1 notary educator, Kimmi. Bye.